Hi guys, sorry if I look a little bit rough today, but it's the week before exams and I've been studying all day. I'm exhausted, as you can probably tell. And I wasn't planning on making a video today, but I had a break and I watched some YouTube videos and I thought, hey, it made me feel better. Anyways, I thought I would talk about exams. I know we all hate them, but we all have to do them. All like people in high school, university, and college. And I just thought, maybe I should give you some tips on how to help you study and stuff, because I seem to be doing well this semester, which is really, really odd. I think there's something wrong with that. I think my teachers like me a little bit too much. Anyways, so I'm going to give you some tips, some things I do to help me study, things to do on like when you're on a break, how often to take a break, and just like little things to help you study. Okay, so part of the way I study is probably different than yours because I get a computer at school, like a laptop, and because of my handshake and I have a hard time writing, so I keep everything that's important that I'm going to need for exams on my key under certain files. They're on both the keys just in case one crashes. And they're all in a different file, so I have history this semester, so I have World War II, the Great Depression, and I think it's life after World War II. Oh, Cold War. So I have all of them separated, and I have all the notes in order, and I have all my study aids on there. And so I'm just really organized. But for you guys, you probably have notes, like handwritten notes in your binder. So what you can do is what I used to do when I didn't have my laptop is I took little sticky notes or anything you can stick at the top and just put it in like a book or something. Like I put them in like a flip binder, and then I put little sticky notes on things I need to study. So if I have a hard time with the Great Depression, I put red on the top. Or just put the sticky note there, just to let you know you have to study that or you're going to be screwed for the test. Another thing I do is I have a really hard time with time management. So like I'll get working on something and I just won't stop, and that's not a good idea because you'll tire yourself out and you'll get bored and you won't want to do it. So my phone, I have like designated break areas, so I'll study for like say half an hour. And then I'll have a 10-15 minute break and it's all in there. It's just like alarm, break time, back to studying, something like that. Just so like you can break it up and you know how long you're studying for, and just keeps you organized too, and just prevents you from getting overwhelmed, because that's the basic things. Like if you get overwhelmed, you are screwed for the exam. If you get really overwhelmed, you're going to forget everything. And also if you study too much, you're going to forget that too. So you just have to find the perfect balance for you. So like me, I need a lot of breaks because I like to write. So when I do work, if something is really boring, I start making up plot lines, or I continue on the story I'm writing. So if I'm writing down some notes for history or like point form stuff for the exam, and I start writing down something from the story, that's when I know I have to take a break, or I'm just going to start writing out the story. So I'll just go and write, or I'll watch YouTube, which I did today. TV, I'll go have like, and I also have like the lunch things get timed out. So I have alarm for breaks, when to start studying, meals, and when I should go to bed and when I should wake up. And I have reminders too, so like if I sleep in, I have 5 minutes later to keep me up. Another thing you can do is, based on your learning styles, so like you can go on the internet and find a test to find out what your learning style is, but I am a mix of all three, which is really weird. Anyways, so the way I study is I have to hear something. So if I work best if I'm listening to music. But if you are an auditory learner like I am, you have to find something that's not very catchy. So like I made the mistake of listening to My Chemical Romance, Na 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 Na, when I was studying for my science exam last semester. And when I went to go write the exam, all I could remember is the lyrics. So I didn't do very well in that exam. So like find maybe an instrumental version or something that's not going to get stuck in your head. So something without a very catchy, like, what are they called? Hooks. The other styles is, I'm also visual. So I have to see what I'm studying. So another way I do is mix my auditory and my visual learning together, and I read it and have either someone read it to me, or I make a file of my computer reading it, and I put it on my phone. You have my files being read to me, and I can read them at the same time, so I double the backup. So if I can remember better by ear that day, I'm good, and if I can remember better by seeing it that day, I'm good too. The third style is a tactile learner. This is probably best to study for math. I'm going to say because you have to actually write out what you study for math is you practice doing it. So tactile learners, you have to do it to learn it. See, I'm not, tactile is one of my is the third on my list. I'm like neck and neck with visual and auditory. So if you're a tactile learner, just write out your notes, like rewrite them, or like when you're doing math, just do some questions. It's not that I find it easier for tactile learners because you're just basically taking what's from the book. When auditory and visual learners learn, we have to make up our own stuff. So you just have to take it out of the book and answer the questions. Another thing is make the best use of your time. So I only have 3 exams this semester, and I had 2 last semester. I had a really easy year. But anyways, make sure you even out your amount of time per subject. So don't like study really hard for one subject and then not study for it, and then you've written that exam, and then it's the night before and you're cramming. That's the worst thing to do because you're not going to be able to remember it all, and you're just going to stress yourself out for the next, worst case scenario, 3 exams. And that's not going to be a good idea. And also, like, after you've written an exam, I know for mine, because I'm in Catholic, I only write 1 exam a day, and then we go home, and our exams normally end around 11 o'clock. And don't just get out of the exam and just start studying for the next one. Give yourself a little break. Like, I have an older sister who goes to the same school as me, and sometimes we go out for lunch, or just anything to take your mind off exams for maybe like an hour or 2, and then really the night before you should just be reviewing, just like going over little things. You shouldn't be like trying to learn an entire unit in one night. I've tried that. Don't recommend it. It's not very good time management skills. And also, like, exams suck, but they're only 4 days, right? So after the 4 days, you either get a day off or the summer off. So in this case, we get the summer off. So plan something. So I only have 3 exams, and my 3rd exam is my exams start next Wednesday. So my final exam will be on Friday, and then I have careers, so there's no exam for that class. So Monday I get the day off, and a bunch of my friends have the same classes I do. So we're all going to go to Wonderland, and we're all just going to relax and unwind from exams and just have a good time. So just plan something after exams. Just don't go home and like pout, oh, I have to do these exams. Just put something after exams that's going to make you excited. So like, I'm really excited to go to Wonderland, but in order to go to Wonderland, I have to do well in these exams. So just think about it that way instead of like, oh, I have to do exams. They're awful. You can't think about it that way. You just have to think, oh, after I read these exams, I get a day off, or I get 2 months off. Is it 2 months? I don't know how long it is. So anyways, just sum it all up. You can use these tips or not, but just try not to procrastinate. Probably the worst idea for exams, because then you're probably going to fail the exam and you're going to have to do it again. What's the point? If you do well the first time, then you don't have to do it again. And if you avoid studying this time, you're going to have to study again. So just try your best. If these hints help, or these suggestions help, use them. If they don't, try something else. I'm sure there's plenty of other YouTube videos out there that's giving you suggestions for exams. And yeah, just if I missed any examples, let me know in the comments. tweet me. Let me know how many exams you have. Leave a comment or leave a video response telling me about the exam, how you study and how many exams you have and how your exams work. I'd like to know. So, all my friends come from the same school and we do the same thing, so let me know. So like, comment, subscribe, favorite maybe. Maybe use it in the future. I don't know. Do whatever you want with this. But until next time, bye.